Welcome back, everybody, to the Ravine Rundown podcast. This is episode 7. Sergio, we've been on hiatus, but we've been watching from a distance, so we're here to talk Dodger baseball once again. How are we feeling? Talk to the people.
Man, what's up, Miggy? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ravine Rundown podcast. We have been gone a very long time, but busy, life gets in the way. But like Miggy said, we have been watching from a distance, and we have a lot to get into talking about this 2025 Dodgers team. And yeah, Miggy, let's just start off, man, because again, we've been gone for a while. The people have been wanting to hear what have we thought about this season, because there's been a lot that's been going on.
Yeah, well, right now, it definitely has been a lot. The last time we talked, Serge, it was opening weekend. It was good. We were happy.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, we were enjoying our ring. We were enjoying everything. Since then, it's been kind of a roller coaster of a season. And it's been a lot. I would say a lot has gone wrong. The Dodgers right now are sitting at 31-19.
Yeah, most definitely.
Games into the season at the time of this recording. I think to just quickly summarize before we really dive into it and give opinions, I think to summarize our season, it's been a lot of inconsistent play. It's been a lot of injuries, and it's been a lot of just sloppy, not good baseball, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's been very, obviously the injuries, and they're always there. We always knew we have the curse of the picture injuries. But obviously, we had position player injuries. We had guys like the Tommy Edmonds and Teoscar Hernandez that went down for a while. They're obviously back. But really, the main story of it all has been the pitching. And Anchor Freeman and Brandon Gomes went into the offseason knowing that there were going to be pitching injuries. And the depth, as of now, just hasn't been able to perform very well. There's been a lot of inconsistent pitching. And it's been both the bullpen and the starting pitching department. So, again, it's just the offense, too, has been very lackluster at times. It's been very up and down, like you said. It's the most perfect word to describe the season so far. It's been a very roller coaster season. The record of 31-19 might look okay, but realistically, that record should be a lot better. I mean, only a 2-game lead in the NL West. That's not going to cut it, especially with these teams in this division that have been playing really good baseball. So yeah, I mean, it's been something, man. It's been interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. I like how you brought up, the fact that there's a lot of teams on our tail, and we've honestly been fortunate that a lot of these teams haven't been better than they are. Because right now the Giants are sitting 2 games back. The Padres are sitting 3 games back. But the Padres have lost, 6 in a row?
They've lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, so you look at that, and these guys, the Padres go out and split those 5 losses. And now they're looking tied with us in the division. We're that close. Arizona hasn't really played to their utmost potential. Honestly, we've been kind of lucky. And right now, I think we're at a point in the season where we need to take a step back and realize we have been lucky. And we need to figure it out. We need to play better baseball. We need to start picking it up. Because it just hasn't been the typical Dodgers that we're so used to seeing. You know what I mean? I just feel like we're just not playing just our best baseball. It feels like we're right there on the cusp, and we have a 2 or 3 game stretch. We're like, okay, maybe we're back, and then we just go out and we get swept by the Angels, for example.
Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Like you said, we haven't been playing dominant baseball. There's been many games, a game against Diamondbacks where Max Muncy hit a walk-off sacrifice fly after blowing a lead in the 9th inning. I mean, that's a game that's the luck. That's not a game where we played good baseball. Again, Tanner Scott was supposed to close that game out. Couldn't get the job done. And the offense somehow got lucky with a Tommy Edman double and then a Max Muncy who hasn't been hitting very well at all get the sac fly. So yeah, it's been a lot of games where it's almost like we're playing survival baseball. We get either a lead and then the bullpen blows it, and now we're like, oh, you know what? Now we got to scramble and figure out how we're going to win this game. Instead of, how it was in the beginning of the season where, it was just utter domination. The offense was completely rolling. The pitching on both ends was completely rolling. The defense was great. And again, as of, honestly, it's been about the past 2 months where we've been very up and down. Ever since that win against Atlanta to go 8-0, and when we went into Philadelphia, that's where it started with all this very inconsistent play. And again, yeah, we have not been playing up to the standards. And everybody's going to be like, well, you're 31-19. You have this payroll and whatever. But we know as true Dodger fans, as fans of this team that saw this team win a World Series last year, that this team should be playing way better. There's way higher expectations for this team than what they're producing right now. And yeah, we're heading already into June, and this is the time where we got to start picking it up.
Yeah, we have a genuine issue. I think we kind of covered, we're just not playing good, but I think it's time we tell you who's not playing good. And really, I think we need to start talking about potential changes because, like you said, we're 50 games into the year. This is no longer like, okay, it's the first 20 games. These guys are getting at bats. These guys are kind of getting rhythm. Like, no, 50 games is a lot of baseball. That's 200 plus at bats. Like, this is not, like, or close to
200 plus at bats. It's already 6-7 starts. It's already 13 appearances from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Like, you should already be up to, everything should be already warmed up. This should be mid-season form. And again, some of these players have not looked mid-season form at all.
Yeah, it's starting to get to a point. I want to start with the good. I think, Sergio, we can get the good out of the way because we started off this episode a little stressed. We're not really, be very high on the Dodgers right now. Let's start off with the good. Shohei Ohtani is the MVP, and he's going to win it again this year. Like, he's
he's been fantastic. He was MLB leading his 16th home run. He's been on an absolute heater recently. And he just looks really good at the plate right now. Again, the power's been looking really good. He's been hitting a couple doubles here and there, been hitting when runners in scoring position. And again, man, the Dodgers, the way that they run is that top three. The Shohei Ohtani, the Mookie Betts, the Freddie Freeman. If those guys are rolling, the Dodgers roll. And we've seen a stretch where those guys aren't rolling and the Dodgers aren't rolling. Those three are so crucial to this team that have to be hitting on a consistent basis. And like you said, Shohei Ohtani's been really great. Mookie Betts has finally been able to pick it up a little bit. Freddie Freeman at 36, he gets on an absolute career season, hitting close to 400, and the power surge is there. So those three guys, when those three guys are playing well, the Dodgers run well. So luckily they've been playing some good baseball. But it's almost been a lineup right now where it's a little bit top heavy, and the lower half has not been performing.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to the injuries, though. I think the Dodgers, there was a part in the season where James Outman and Miguel Rojas were having to play, and I didn't like that at all, and I think the stats showed that it didn't work. I like that you brought up Mookie, and I like that you brought up Freddie for the good. Mookie, he really hasn't been the Mookie Betts we know and love. However, he has picked it up as of late, starting to hit for a little more power, and I think that you can kind of blame a lot of the lack of power this year just from, this was a guy that right before the season we were talking about him losing 15, 20 pounds, and he's already a little guy at that. That's a lot of strength, man. And I think that he's had to take some time to build it back up, and we saw that he just had a 2-homer night the other night. So I think Mookie, I'm not really worried at him. And I also want to say, Mookie, I'm very proud of you because you played a pretty damn good shortstop. Is it like a wowing shortstop? No. But are you making the routine plays? Are you not making a lot of errors? Are you not becoming a nuisance over there? Yes, like you've done your job over there. So I want to give Mookie his props there. I love that you bring up Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is... Remember when people said Matt Olson was better than Freddie Freeman and the Braves made the right move?
Unbelievable.
Like that's...
What?
Yeah.
What a just present in our lap that the Dodgers got Freddie Freeman. He's been playing he's played the best baseball in his past 3 years with the Dodgers. It's been absolutely ridiculous. And again, I think I had said this before in the preseason, that Freddie Freeman, that Father Time might be catching up. It's not catching up. Freddie Freeman is playing some phenomenal baseball. The power has been great to see. He's been hitting the home runs. He's been hitting the doubles. And again, the average. We all know Freddie Freeman hits for average. A hitting machine. Tony Gwynn-esque. And when it's runners on base, man, Freddie Freeman delivers.
For sure.
And he's always done that.
For sure. And another guy that's done that, I think, this year, I think Teoscar. I think it's safe to say that Ohtani, Mookie, Freddie, Teoscar, Will Smith, I think that they've all kind of done their job.
What a year Will Smith is having. He's been playing phenomenal baseball, especially at the plate. The defense, yeah, he's going to throw his runners here and there and okay. But offensively, Will Smith hasn't looked this good in a long time. And last year he had a pretty off year at the plate. This year it's kind of like he's been relaxed, more chill, not worried about hitting the long ball. He's going up there and putting the ball in play. We've seen oppo hits, we've seen the doubles, and we've also seen the home run in there. Will Smith has been playing great baseball offensively.
Right. So I'm glad that we have our core guys we can rely on. And for the most part, that core of guys has stayed pretty healthy. Then we kind of get to a gray area where I think Tommy Edmonds closer to being consistent. He's probably been the best, but then there's just so many question marks. Also, Andy Pages has been pretty good. I think him and Edmund are a tier below those guys, but they're still higher than.
Well, Edmund was phenomenal before the injury. Obviously, he got injured, and now he's trying to, it's an ankle. It's going to take some time, especially in the hitting and the running department. But Edmund was the best player on the Dodgers before the injury. He was the heater before Ohtani, before Betts, before Freeman. And Andy Pages started the year off really bad. We got benched a game or two, and ever since then, he's been 8 home runs, 9 home runs. The power's been there. Played great defensively. The speed's been a factor. But after that, now it's starting to get
Now
where these
we get to
guys
a weird part of the
are
lineup.
not performing at all.
Yeah, and it's Michael Conforto. I want to read this off to you, Serge. Michael Conforto right now is, let me make sure I get this number right. He's tied for third in most games played on the team. In what world has he earned the right to play this much? He's playing against lefties over Kike, over Rojas, who's playing against lefties over Taylor when Taylor was a Dodger. And then it's not like he gets any better against righties. He literally is worthless to this baseball team, and he plays. But before we get too aggressive on Rojas, or excuse me, Conforto, we also need to start bringing up Max Muncy. Like, Max Muncy, as of late's been a little better, but man, was he hard to watch for a while, and he really hasn't played a good third base either. Like, it's starting to become frustrating with these guys, man. It really is.
Yeah, no, I think you said it in one of your pods the other day. By the way, go check out Miggy's Hanger pod. He always got the videos and recaps. That Michael Conforto was starting, and we were giving Pajes and Kim, all these guys, an off day. Why? What in what world is Michael Conforto getting a start before these guys? Michael Conforto has not produced for the Dodgers since the first 2 weeks of the year. I mean, he's been absolutely abysmal. Why is he starting against lefties? That wasn't the plan coming into spring training. He was going to play against righties. That's obviously what he's good at. I mean, I don't even remember the last time Michael Conforto hit a home run. I don't know when last time he drove in a run. He has not produced. And it's not like he's great defensively. He's mediocre. Doesn't have an arm. Doesn't have much range. He's missed some balls that could have been caught. Conforto's been absolutely terrible. And Muncy, it's getting close, man. I mean, it's getting close to where, he's this close to getting done. Because in past years, he would start off really slow, and then the power would really pick up, right? He's going to hit 12 home runs in a month. But recently, I don't know what the LASIK eye surgery or where Kike sent him, but it's not working. I mean, he's just not hitting the ball whatsoever. And I saw a poster that the Dodgers at the deadline could possibly be looking for a third base replacement in Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. Imagine that. Imagine how much Max Muncy must feel knowing that his time might be over and we might replace him with Ryan McMahon. I mean, but again, he just not. I mean, it's not working defensively as well.
Yeah.
The other day he was making a throw that's like 2 feet past first base. Like, what are we doing?
I saw that, man. I was there live on Monday, and he made
he made
2 horrible throws. He just has no approach at the plate. Who are our hitting coaches that let him go? I think I would like to think that the hitting coaches and Dave Roberts consult before a game, and they're like, listen, this guy looked good in the cage. This guy doesn't look good. There's no way in hell they'd look at Max Muncy's cage work and they're like, yep, bat him 5th. No, stop.
No, no. I mean, most definitely are. But we all know that Dave Roberts loves to give his players chances, right? Get him in there. Maybe he get out of the slump. But it's going to come to a point, man, where it's a liability to the team to be in the lineup. And guys Max Muncy has been hitting better as of late. I'm going to give him credit for that. But why is Conforto starting? The fact that we paid this guy, Miggy, and I said this to you when we first signed him, why in the hell did we give Michael Conforto $17 million? Conforto is a $2.5 million signing. Why?
What it was
why?
Zahidi, used to be the Giants GM. He came over. He was a Dodger before, and I think he must have thought something in Michael Conforto because obviously he had signed Michael Conforto originally to the Giants.
He did.
It hasn't worked, and I think it's like the conspiracy theorist in me is this guy is probably still on the Giants payroll, and he just thought he'd come and sabotage us. So I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here because I just don't know how he's still playing because other guys they don't get this much run when they suck, but they just for whatever reason just keep running him out there like he's gonna all of a sudden start hitting. And remember when he had that streak where he had like 3 doubles and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Conforto's back." No, the real fans know just because you have 1 or 2 good games doesn't mean you're playing good. He just goes up there and he swings and misses and he rolls over. He doesn't hit the ball in the air at all. And that's why he hasn't hit a home run in over a month.
Yeah. And what I don't understand is, right, okay, it's like if we didn't have a banker, we didn't have guys. But dude, there's a Tommy Edman on the team. Teoscar's back. And we haven't even gotten to a player that's been very surprising since he came up. Ha-Seong Kim, I'm going to give my boy his flowers. He's been playing some great baseball.
You called it too.
So, I did call it. So why in the hell is Michael Conforto? And bro, the fact that he's starting. Okay, I would understand. Okay, maybe you're gonna get a couple at bats off the bench, but dude, you're starting. Like every time I see the lineup, I see Michael Conforto in the lineup. I'm like, why? Why? He has not proven anything to be starting right now.
No way he should be starting. There's no way. All right, so now that we're kind of on this topic about Conforto playing and the bench, like, I think that our ideal lineup, I want to read it off to you, and I think you can kind of piggyback and you can make your decision. I think the ideal lineup, you got to go Ohtani leadoff, you got to go Mookie 2, Freddie 3, and then I think Teoscar 4, Smith 5. We're sadly going to have to throw Muncy in there probably in the 6 hole. And then after that, dude, it should be Edman, Pages, Kim. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Play Pages in left. And also, play Edman in center, not Kim. I don't know why they did that on Monday. That's a story for another day. And play Kim at second. That's beautiful. And Kike's been really good against lefties this year. I want to give Kike.
Kike has been an absolute power. I mean, he has like 12 hits on the year. It's like 9 of them home runs. I mean, he comes in after hits an absolute tank. Kike is the perfect bench role player.
Good this year. His numbers
he comes in against left-handed pitching and absolutely mashes.
Right. His number might not look good, but it's because he started the year off like super slow. Every time he gets an opportunity, he's done his job. Rojas, where he's doing exactly what we expect. You know, he's gonna go when he does get a start. He might slap a single here and there, and then he'll play pretty good defense. He's a bench player. We shouldn't expect nothing out of that. Dalton Rushing, I like him off the bench. And then Conforto, if you really want to keep him around, you keep him in as the last bench spot and potentially give him a pinch hit chance later in the game. But because right now that's the ideal lineup. And I think that lineup can mash if you actually keep running out the same lineup and stop mixing things up all the time, because you don't let the lineup get a rhythm. You don't.
Like stop experimenting. Exactly. I mean, you gotta stay consistent. Like you said, the outfield. Pages in left, Edman in center, Teoscar in right. That is ideal. Perfect. Don't move it. Ha-Seong Kim plays second. That's where you sign him to be a second baseman, and that's going to work for you. Just stick to that lineup. I know, Dave Roberts, you like to switch things up, but at one point, like you said, this team has to catch a rhythm, and a consistent lineup is going to do that. And so you need to trust that. You need to trust it. And again, I don't know what in the hell Dave Roberts sees in Michael Conforto that you keep running him out there. Because again, bro, he's not doing anything. I mean, again, I don't understand if he's been on a little streak, but dude, he hasn't. He is a ground ball merchant. All over merchant. Nothing.
The Conforto move should have been made a while ago, too, because this is something I want to read off to you, too. There was a part where Kike was playing really good, and they were still running Conforto out. Conforto has 46 more at-bats than Kike Hernandez this year, and only has 2 more hits than Kike Hernandez does this year. Kike has better numbers literally across the board. Name a stat, Kike has better stats. Even during that part where we didn't know if Kim was going to come up yet, and we still thought Taylor was in there, and like Kike still would have been starting in left field at some point. Like it didn't make sense.
And Kike is versatile. He can play anything. We've seen him at first this year. We've seen him at third. We've seen him in the left. We've seen him in center. We've seen him in right. Conforto right now is a liability to this team. And like you said, Most is the last bench option on this team. That's being very generous. No, well, what I'm going to say is that, I mean, it's a little jumping ahead, but this deadline is going to be interesting for the Dodgers.
For sure.
I'm expecting, and we haven't even got into this yet, but I'm expecting major pitching moves in both departments and a bat.
You think they're going to, okay. So I'm glad you brought this up. I don't really see them making a lot of moves. I just see them maybe getting one bat. I think they're going to I think they like our pitching. They just know that it's a lot of injuries that's plagued them this year.
Yeah, but the injuries is what's concerning is because like the guys in Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow, I mean, if you're not going to be on the field performing and these guys that have been filling in the role are not cutting it. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, still another one that I can't stand, Landon Knack. The home run merchant. I can't, for the life of me, stand Landon Knack. Look, bro, I give credit you give us innings, but do you give up 5 homers a game? It's not going to work. I mean, it's not going to work. Jack Dreyer has been here and there okay. Matt Sawyer hasn't been that great. Luis Garcia in our bullpen needs to get out of there. I mean, I don't understand why Luis Garcia is in there.
Yeah, but even a guy like Jack Dreyer, like we're not expecting him to go out there and like be a stud. Like he's honestly for his like he shouldn't even have been a thought on this team.
No, but that's the problem. That's the problem with the injuries.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's getting bad. It's going to get to a point.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers are gonna not hit a panic button, but I think they need to understand that. If we want another World Series championship, and we've seen the moves that they've made, which we'll get into right now, they might need to get another bona fide guy in there.
For sure. I definitely think so too. I mean, it's a waiting game, and it really sucks. I hate more than anything in baseball when you have a good team and you can't keep them on the field together to actually get a rhythm. I don't think baseball is one of those. I think no, I can't even just say baseball. Any sport, you can't just have you can't have a group of guys and then expect them to just all of a sudden at the most important part of the season click. You need that month, 2 months, even 3 months to catch, like, who can I use this reliever here? Can I use Bonda here? Can I use Kika in this situation? Like, if no one's healthy, you can't get that rhythm. You can't get idea. And come October, you're scrambling. You're trying things come October. You don't want to try things come October.
No. It's like right now, we're kind of still, it feels like we're in spring training late May, where we're plugging in random guys in random spots to, like, okay, well, let's see what he can give us today.
Yeah.
Like, no, that shouldn't be the we should have already our pitching staff, our relief, and our hitting. Okay, this lineup is going to go out there and is going to score us runs. These guys in these spots in the 7th, 8th, 9th, going to get 3 outs. And then this guy's going to give me 6 solid innings. It shouldn't be, well, we're bringing in random guys from AAA, and they're like, all right, bro, hey, you know what? You're going to get sent down in 2 days, but just give us what you can. Like, no, that's not what we should be doing. But that is the factor of the injury curse that we have always had for years and years. The injury curse has followed the Dodgers.
Yeah, and it's going to happen again this year. We're going to have to freaking use a bunch of guys. We're going to have to make a trade for Lou Trevino, and now we're using him as a 2-inning guy, even though he's never been a 2-inning guy his entire career. Like, that's not how it should work. We're scrambling.
And back to the bullpen games. I mean, again, the bullpen games last year worked, but it's not going to be a thing where you could rely on year after year.
Right, so I think, like, right now we kind of shifted our conversation from offense to pitching. Now that you're brought up pitching, right now our rotation as listed on Fangraphs is Yamamoto, Dustin May, Clayton Kershaw, Tony Gonsolin, and Landon Knack. I think our first 4, fine. Like, I'm okay with giving those guys some leeway. Landon Knack sucks. Ben Kasparius is came up a starter, and he's been a lead out of the bullpen. Can we try to make an adjustment? I feel like Dave Roberts is pulling a Darvin Ham. He's sitting there with his hands in his pocket. he's just we'll try this. Like, he doesn't make adjustments. Dave, you won a World Series. We're actually trying to win more. Just because you got your pretty little contract extension, can you actually try to manage games? Because he just does the same thing that doesn't work over and over and over. Here's Michael Conforto for the 46th time this year. He sucks, even though he sucks. Like, here's, like it's just make an adjustment, man. Ben Kasparius is a starter. Use him as a damn starter if you have to.
Yeah, no. I definitely feel you, Mickey. It's been, again, it's just been up and down, man. Again, plugging in guys. And I'm going to tell you about a rotation right now. The injuries, this rotation, it's not great, right? I mean, Tony Gonsolin coming back from injury. He's been okay at best. Dustin May has had some really good starts and some really bad starts, giving up 7 runs. I'm not going to lie to you, Miggy. I know we both love Clayton Kershaw. He is the GOAT. But I'm going to tell you this, bro.
Don't do it, Serge. Don't do
His first start, bro. No, I'm not going to get the conclusions. His start back was concerning. He was getting ran out there. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Hopefully a couple more starts to get back to the rhythm. But this rotation right now, man, if the injuries don't subside and we don't get some guys, we're going to have to make a move, because it's not going to be – that is not a World Series rotation where we could really be confident in. And again, like, you're looking at it right now, if the injuries continue, we're going to go back to another bullpen playoffs where it worked the first time, but we all know in baseball, things run out. Things aren't going to work anymore. And that, again, that's the concerning part. It's just, I don't know, man. Some concerning stuff right now, especially in that pitching department. And can I say something? It's been really bad lately, and I haven't seen it this bad in a while. Mark Pryor is starting to be a little concerning, where he's going to start getting looked at.
Because when you're having of the injuries, this is 2 years in a row.
When you're having the injuries and then also the performances of your depth that should be performing, and they're not performing in both departments, and starting and relieving, I mean, someone's going to have to take accountability. It's going to have to be Mark Pryor at some point. So I'm just hoping that we can get some guys back, and that some of these guys can really step up in the depth department, like you said, the Kasparius and the Sawyers and the Dryers and Gonsolin and Kershaw and Maine to be better. The only guy that has been NL Cy Young caliber this year is our ace, Yamamoto. What a player he's been.
Shout out.
Yamamoto has been absolutely fantastic. Oh, And another one that we haven't even realized. Another injury. Roki Sasaki.
Dude, it's just too
Roki
many
Sasaki.
injuries. Well,
Roki
Sergio, hold up.
Sasaki.
I wanna finish. I wanna kind of do like a whole segment. We can kind of go one by one to each of the injuries. I wanna before we get there, because I think that's where we really want to talk about. I think you and me both. I want to just give our shout out to Yamamoto, Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin. I wouldn't say shout out yet. He's done an okay job. And I want to shout out Ben Kasparius and honestly Alex Vezia, and that's probably about it for being consistent. Everyone else, you guys got to figure it out, man. Like, really.
Yeah, it's got to figure it out.
A shout out to the guys like Sawyer and Luis Garcia. Like, these guys really have had to take a big role, even though they weren't expected to. They've done their job, but now I think we can get to the injury part where it's like, at what point do we hold the guys getting injured every time accountable too? Because you guys are professional athletes. How are you guys hurt every year? Every year. I have a bone to pick one particular guy, Serge. But I'm going to go. I have a list here. I wrote down of all the injuries. And we can kind of just recap all the injuries, and we could kind of go talk about it. Shohei, listen, you're as a pitcher, you're probably expected to come back after the All-Star break. I'm not mad at Shohei. Listen, if you keep hitting the way you're hitting, we don't even care if you don't pitch. We can skip over him, right? But Tyler Glasnow is one of the guys I want a bone to pick. He got injured April 28th. He still does not have an expected return date. He's barely throwing a baseball. Tyler, how much longer are we going to have to do this? You did this in Tampa Bay. You did it your first year in LA, and you're doing it again your second year in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Stay healthy.
And we're paying these guys a lot of money. I mean, it's not like
money. Exactly.
It's not like it's a 1 year, 2 year. And I mean, look, man, Tyler Glasnow, when he's been pitching, has been phenomenal. The stuff is disgusting. But I mean, and the most concerning thing is that his last injury in the postgame, he's like, yeah, I don't know what it is. How do you not know what it is?
I think I want to point out a specific interview because they asked him, Tyler, would you ever stop trying to throw? As he literally has admitted, he's openly said, I try to throw the baseball as hard as I can every pitch. And they asked him, do you think that plays a role in your injury? He goes, maybe, but I'm not going to stop doing it. Like, that's just no accountability at all. You know, that's probably the reason. Imagine throwing 100 pitches 100% every single time. Listen, I'm all for a guy doing that out of the bullpen. Not when you're throwing expected to pitch 200 innings a year. Like,
no,
make an adjustment. Gotta make an, no one makes an adjustment. No one on this team makes adjustments. Max Muncy goes up with his stupid approach trying to hit a home run every time. Michael Conforto rolls over everything every time. Dave Roberts sits with his hands in his pocket. No one makes adjustments, man. I'm glad that we're back because I've been wanting to let it out, man. These guys need to be held accountable. They don't do anything. Just because they're pretty rich millionaires, they think they can sit around and think they can do everything the exact same. No. Make a damn adjustment, Tyler Glasnow. Stop.
I mean, again,
something.
No, yeah, like we've seen recently in the past couple of months, it's been very up and down baseball with the Dodgers. Again, it's just there's been games where I'm flabbergasted on how in the hell are we performing like that? Where we got blown out by the A's and stuff like that. And again, it's those injuries. And again, like a Tyler Glasnow, bro, I get it. We live in an era of baseball where you have to throw 100 and something. You have to have the nasty breaking ball. But bro, if your arm can't handle it, if you already had 2 Tommy Johns, then you have to become a location pitcher and ease off the velocity and the spin and the RPM rates because your arm's not going to take it. And we've seen it. We've seen it since Tampa Bay. Injury after injury in LA, and everybody knew Tyler Glasnow was going to get injured. And what has it been? Injury. And mind you, the Dodgers have one of the best medical staffs that the MLB's seen. And when the own guy himself says, I don't know what it is, how do you not know what your injury is?
Everyone knows what it is. It's the fact that you have no discipline to try to keep your body in good shape by maybe not throwing 100% at every single pitch. These guys are ridiculous. We don't have dogs, man. These guys aren't dogs. We have a few dogs, Yamamoto, Dustin May. Those guys, they just go out there and they compete, man. They're not out there trying to impress anyone or trying to throw the ball as hard as they can. They go out and they make the pitches when they have to. But I think that they're disciplined enough to know when's the right situation to do that and when's the right situation not to do that. But these guys come in, they think they're all macho and let me do it my way. No, man. That's not how you win championships. I think
No.
I think you bring in a bunch of new guys. Listen, the Dodgers had always kind of had their group of guys, and now we're starting to bring in these outsiders like Tyler Glasnow and and Blake Snell, and some of these guys fit in. Some of them do,
Mm-hmm.
but not all of them are going to fit in. And I think we're experiencing that. The next guy I want to talk about is Blake Snell because he's the one I really, really am pissed with. Like I freaking cannot stand this guy, Sergio. Listen, man, you come over and you talk this game how you're excited to pitch in Dodger blue. I'm excited to work with Kershaw. I'm excited to go out and win and blah blah blah. And then you come over and it's the same story, Blake Snell. My arm this, my arm that. I make 3 starts. When I make those 3 starts, I walk 5 people a game. Like it's like what? Where is
the walking merchant?
What are you doing in the off season to try to be better? And listen, maybe this shit slides in San Diego, right? Maybe it slides in San Francisco. But this is LA,
here, brother.
bro. This is not any other place where you think you can just come and like do it your way and not try to be better and do different things and you could talk this big game. Like this is not how it's ran here. We want guys that are consistent, man. And none of these guys do that. They just create stress. Why are we stressing so much in May?
And a point in Blake Snell is that this guy going into the spring training, right? Coming off of Cy Young the past couple of years, coming off this, told Dave Roberts personally, I want to be the workhorse for this team. And you've only made 2 starts. And the most concerning and the most weird thing about it is when you look at the guys like the Blake Snells and the Tyler Glasnows, and a guy like Bruzdar and Kopech and guys, I've seen no updates. I haven't seen throwing a bullpen. I haven't seen ramping up. I haven't seen a rehab assignment. It's like these guys are like, all right, injured, let me take the year off.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
just
Blake
sit back
Snell
and watch it.
He was going to be the workhorse.
I got the contract. I don't know, but it's just kind of weird. I haven't seen I don't know. I don't know if you see anything, Miggy. You might follow different accounts than I do. But I've seen no updates of bullpens. I've seen no updates of rehab assignments. I've seen no where this guy's slowly ramping up. I mean, it's been dead quiet. Like, I haven't heard Blake Snell since the Tokyo series.
Blake Snell
that was 2.5 months ago.
Baseball, Serge. It's been 2 months. What
exactly.
The hell do you have? Like, what do you, left shoulder inflammation? You know what that means? That means you just, like, you're a little sore. That should be like a 2-week thing. Why has it been 2 months?
Yeah, I don't understand. It's things that need to be looked at.
As fans, they think we're stupid, and we're like, "Oh, Blake Snell still hurt." Like, no, we know what shoulder inflammation is. It shouldn't take this long. Like, no.
I mean, come on, we're not first timers. We've been through this. We've been through the ringer many a time.
Stupid, dude. Like, I'm tired of Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow. I really am. I think Tyler Glasnow, I had a little bit more grace for it because last year he was really good, and then he got hurt.
He was.
So I kind of felt really maybe a little bad for him. But no, this year he got hurt from the freaking get-go again, and it's just like, how? How is this possible? And it's the fact, like you brought it up, it's the fact we don't even know anything about these guys. Like, what are they doing?
It's weird.
You know what I see on Blake Snell? I see him on Instagram. Oh, buy my merch. Oh, check out my 7U baseball team won a championship. Like no one cares, Blake. Just pitch a damn game.
And dude, the crazy thing is that we have both of these guys. They're both on 5-year deals. And I mean, man, if we're going to deal with this for 5 years, it's going to be a rocky contract, man. It's going to be a bust of a contract. We're giving a lot of money to these guys. And I'm not even, and to switch over from starting to the relief, I haven't heard things of Bruzdar Grador. He hasn't pitched in like 2 years.
I haven't heard things. I want to say this though about Bruzdar. I actually, you know how I found out about Bruzdar? Not even from the damn team. Bruzdar Grador was on TikTok Live, and he's giving his own updates. And he said that if all goes right, I'll be back in August. Worst case, I'll be back in September. So we will get Bruzdar for crunch time. But it's like, and that's another thing. Why have I got to watch a TikTok Live of Bruzdar Grador to find out what's happening?
Yeah. Bruzdar, I haven't heard anything on Kopech. Evan Phillips just went down again.
Well, Kopech just pitched in AAA too. So I think
another guy that needs to come back. Well, yeah, man, it's been like, a clown. The circus is in town in LA. It's just been different acts and different plays of again, like we're playing like tryout baseball. Like, all right, bro, let's go throw you out of position and let's try you out.
Lou Trevino, go out there.
Like Lou Trevino, bro. Really?
So I have this list right here, and it actually does kind of have an expected return date. Right hamstring for Kirby Yates, to be decided.
Kirby Yates, another guy that's been out.
To be decided on an expected return. I think it's fair to say it should be like a 2-3 week thing, especially since he's a pitcher. But knowing him, knowing the way the Dodgers operate, he'll be out 3 months from a hamstring strain. Tyler Glasnow to be decided from right shoulder, like inflammation. I think these guys must have freaking put a boulder in their arm or something where inflammation locks them out this long. And then Michael Kopech, he just made a rehab outing out in AAA. He should be back honestly by next week or the week after the latest. So that's good news. They're saying Emmett Sheehan should be back around the All-Star break. So like honestly, at the start of the year, if you told me Emmett Sheehan was going to be back, I'd be like, oh, he has no spot on this team. But considering all the injuries and the fact that Landon Knack's our 5-starter right now, I'd be very glad to take Emmett Sheehan back. Kyle Hurt, he's probably going to be out the rest of the year. And Garder Henriquez, they're expecting back in June. I don't know how much of a role he'll play, but considering how injured our bullpen is right now, he might actually play a part. Blake Snell to be decided. Blake Trinan, they're saying June the earliest. Roki Sasaki to be decided. Brusar Gratterall, like we said, in August. Evan Phillips is another guy where it's still to be decided. And he also has inflammation. So knowing that, that's probably going to be a 3-month thing. So
I kind of want to bring something up. We've seen the Shohei, and from last offseason where they say he's going to come back in May. Honestly, bro, and all we've been getting is bullpens in this. I think there's a theory where to really make him healthy again, that I think he needs to sit out this whole another year again and don't pitch till next year.
Listen,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Finish. I think the Dodgers really want to be careful, and I think they're doing it really a smart way. Don't rush this guy back. Have him fully healed so that he's 100%. And in my personal opinion, Shohei Ohtani, the bat is so good, throw this guy in the bullpen. He don't need to be a starter. I think his arm can't handle to be a starter anymore. And so I think honestly the Dodgers, maybe Shohei pitches in the playoffs if it really gets down to it, but I really think the Dodgers are looking at another year off for him and then bring him back next year.
I do want to say he will make a pitching appearance this year, but I really, really, really advocate for them using him out of the bullpen because we're just having so many injuries in the bullpen. And I think that
it's ridiculous.
I think right now, like as of today, our bigger issue is the bullpen. I think we have 4 or 5. I think we have 4 set starters right now. Compared to the bullpen, where we right now, it feels like we only have 2 or 3 reliable guys. I think Shohei
Banda's been terrible.
Yeah. Like, it's just a lot of, just so much inconsistency this year. So I wouldn't be against that. I think overall, man, it's just, the story of it is, guys need to step up. If you're going to give these opportunities, man, wake up. Take advantage of them. Be that guy. No one's done that. And then for the guys that are injured, giving away all these opportunities, when is it going to be a point where we're like, it'd be different if these guys weren't injured every freaking year, man. Every year it's the same story with these guys. And I think that it's a different story with them because it's just like, now it's getting to a point where it's just ridiculous. Like, guys need to be held accountable. Guys need to play better. And Dave Roberts needs to make better adjustments. I'm really frustrated. And listen, you may be like, and this is a message to everyone, especially Dodger fans. To the fans that are saying, oh, it's we're 31-19. Why are you so mad? Oh, you don't know anything about baseball. Sergio, you and me witnessed a 110 win baseball team lose in 4 games in the NLDS. We watched an 100 win baseball team get swept by an 89 win team in the NLDS. Baseball is a sport that is so unpredictable, and the only way to give you any sort of confidence is by playing consistent baseball and not having so many question marks. Because guess when question marks get exposed the most? When the month hits October. Like every year, a question mark. And sometimes you might get lucky. You might be able to win a World Series with 3 starters. But that's not going to happen every year. That's not going to happen every year.
Baseball is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. We're not playing golf. We're not playing an individual sport. No. If you look at in the history of baseball, the best teams ever with the best records, the World Series, the dynasty Yankees, the dynasty those teams all year long played together and meshed together. They worked. They're all in one unit. We saw it last year with the Dodgers. 2023, 2022, they weren't meshing. But last year, and again, baseball comes off a lot of hot streaks as well. There's teams like the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2023 that went on an absolute hot streak and made the World Series. But it's when your guys come together and are comfortable together and you know what you're going to get on the field, It's winning you win. And yes, Dodger fans or people saying, "Oh, well, you're 31-19. Oh, you're the Dodgers. You might not know anything, bro." We have watched a lot of baseball in our lives. We've watched a lot of Dodger baseball. We are both diehard Dodger fans. We know that this team isn't playing to the standards that they're supposed to be playing. And right now we're playing panic baseball. Why? Because we don't have set guys and set spots. We're 50 games into the year and we're throwing out random still. And yes, it's the injuries. But like you said, at some point, you got to make adjustments. You got to find your guys. You got to find guys that work in spots. Because again, the more we creep into the summer, and then it's going to be August, and then September, and we're there in October. And if your things aren't working in October, you're bounced out the first round. And we've seen it multiple times. So again, for all the people that are like, "Oh, well, it's barely 50 games." Dude, we're 50 games into the year already. This isn't game 15. This is 50. Like, the All-Star break is in a month and a half.
Right.
Like, we got to get it together. We got to find guys. Dave Roberts, Mark Pryor, Robert Van Soyak. The hitting, the pitching, and the manager got to make adjustments somehow. You got to figure it out.
I agree, Sergio. And I think also the fact that we're a Los Angeles sport team, it's just you're in a different pedestal compared to a Seattle Mariners, compared to I don't know, like I'm trying to just think of like a Miami Marlin. Like you're.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example of a team right now that is meshing and is playing great baseball and it works. The Detroit Tigers, the Grit Tigers. That team right now, the payroll ain't at the Dodgers. They don't got the superstars. But you know what they have? They have their players that they know that are going to be in those spots and perform. And they have guys like in the Javier Baez and the Zach McKinstry that are coming up, and they're winning ball games. Why? Because A.J. Hinch could go, "You know what? I know what's going to be my 7th, 8th, 9th. That's going to get it done. I know what this lineup is going to get it done before against a right-hander, against a left-hander." That is a perfect example of a team right now that is meshing together and working together, and they're winning ball games. They're the best team in baseball.
I agree. I think that if your guys are healthy, it plays a big role. Like it doesn't, like people think that, well, if the Dodgers have all these players, they should win. Like if these guys aren't playing healthy and aren't on the same team and aren't meshing, you can't just throw a group of guys onto a team and win. That's just not how it works, man. It doesn't work that way. So Serge, before we wrap up this episode, I think that for us, I think this was just a good episode to catch up and really let out a lot of just our worries with the team. I want to talk to you about the upcoming schedule the Dodgers have before we recap and kind of just give you guys a look ahead. Like, I just want to I'm going to name the series for the next month. We have the Mets for 3. We have the Guardians for 3. Keep in mind the Guardians just made the ALCS last year. Then we have the Yankees for 3, the Mets for 4, the Cardinals for 3, the Padres for 3, the Giants for 3, the Padres for 4. Like, that is playoff team.
We're going into an absolute gauntlet right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, those teams that have their stuff get together and we don't, it's going to be a bad stretch of baseball.
It could be bad.
It's going to be a very bad stretch of baseball. This offense and this pitching needs to figure it out because teams like, again, the Yankees have been playing great baseball. The Mets are right there. The Cardinals have been playing fantastic. The Giants have been hot all year. Again, you run into those teams, man, that are on heaters, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. And we haven't been on a hot streak since that 8-game win streak to start the season. And that's what's concerning. We haven't played dominant baseball since then. The Cardinals have won like 15 out of their last 16 games. The Giants are on an absolute heater. The Padres have gotten really bad recently, but they're a team that we know with our history. When it's against us, it's like playoff baseball, and they show up.
Yep.
And the Mets and Yankees, we saw it last year. They're going to play well in some of those spots. So, again, man, it's going to be absolute gauntlet. It's going to be fun baseball. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a fun stretch of baseball. But depending on how we play, it's either going to be – we're going to come back and it's going to be another very frustrating episode. And letting go frustrations.
This brutal stretch will end June 19th. Right now, we're sitting 2 games up in first place. Dude, June 19th, it could look ugly if guys don't start stepping up. Like, people are not realizing how close these other teams are, and they're not realizing this crazy stretch of games we're about to run ourselves into. I think right now, like, we're calling for a lot of change. We're calling for a lot of guys to step up. Dude, if no one does, and if things continue, we could be looking at a team that's 4 games back of first place. Like, and that's not even a ridiculous statement, man. Like, this is scary. This is scary. This is concerning.
Yep. This, I'm going to tell you this, Miggy. I think this is going to be the most important stretch of baseball for the 2025 Dodgers right here.
Yeah,
This stretch is going to show the Dodgers what type of team they are. If they're going to be gritty and they're going to come together and play well, and if not, like you said, we could be sitting in third place. Because I'm telling you, the only team that's not going to be right behind us is the Rockies.
Right.
The Padres, the D-backs, and the Giants are all right there. They're all right there waiting for that number one spot. So, again, this is going to be the most important stretch of baseball. The most important stretch of baseball.
This could be a part of the season where we look back and we're like, this ruined us. Or this could either be the start of the season we say this ruined our season, or this brought us together, and this is why we're hosting up the trophy at the end of the year. Because we're injured, we're bruised down, but our guys going to come together. Are we going to step up? Or are we going to hold down the fort while everyone's getting healthy? Because we haven't held down the fort very good right now. I'm really hoping that it doesn't get ugly, but I definitely could see a situation where it could, man. I mean, we're playing our division rivals like a lot. We're playing some tough teams. Like it could. We're playing the Padres 7 times. They're 3 games back. You're telling me the Padres can't beat us 5-7? Of course they can.
No, and it's the first time we haven't seen. It's the first time we're going to see the Padres this year. First time we're going to see the Giants this year. And again, the Mets and Yankees, man. I mean, again, and a team like the Guardians on the road. That's a tough series in Cleveland. They've been playing great baseball. They've been a great home team. So, again, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's definitely matchups that you want to see. But again, like we said, this is a point in the season where we're going to look back and like this is where we went down and sank like the Titanic, or this is where we came up from the rocks and we propelled to another World Series championship. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun baseball to watch. All Dodger fans out there, you want to stay tuned for those games. But again, man, this team really needs to come together. They got to figure it out.
I agree.
Figure it out one way or another.
I agree. I think that we made our point, and I think we got it out there, and I think it's time for the Dodgers to perform and get back to being the Dodgers that we know and love. Serge, before we wrap up, is there anything you want to leave for the people?
Before we wrap it up, I think we got to talk about it, though. I do want to say I'm going to wish good luck to 2 Dodger OGs that got DFA'd recently. Austin Barnesy, and CT3 Chris Taylor. Look, man, both of those guys were long-tenured Dodgers. Both of them had instrumental moments for the Dodgers. Austin Barnes caught the last out in 2020. T3, that 2017 to 2021 run was one of the best runs you've ever seen as a Dodger player. Absolutely clutch. But it comes to a time where players fade away and players aren't performing anymore. And unfortunately, both of those guys got DFA'd. Miggy CT3 was one of his favorite players. Barnesy, a hometown native here in California, Riverside. But this just shows if you're not cutting it, you're not going to be on this team. And there's going to be guys that are knocking on the door in the Muncies and the Confortos. But I just want to wish, man, best of luck to CT3 and Barnesy. I hope you guys find jobs somewhere else. It's going to be really weird to see you guys if you are picked up by another team. But, yeah, man, it's crazy to see CT3 and them gone. But, man, that 2017-2020 run CT3, never going to forget it. What a run by that guy.
Shout out CT3, man. So many big moments. One of my favorite memories as a Dodgers, 2017 Game 5. I was at my grandma's house, and I was watching that game. And this is when the games were 5 hours long in the World Series because there's no pitch clock. So it's a school night, work night, and they're an hour away. We watched the game till about, I want to say the 6th or 7th. And keep in mind, it's already 3.5 hours into the game because that's just how long these games are. We had to leave. On the way home, I'm listening on the radio, and the Dodgers found a way to make it interesting. And I'll never forget when I finally get home, I turn on the TV, and literally the very next pitch was that Taylor single to tie it in Game 5. That moment was so big at the time. And then obviously the walk-off in the wild card, that crazy catch against the Brewers, so many moments, man.
Game 1, 2017 Astros to lead it off. He was our leadoff guy. Hit an absolute tank. But yeah, I think one of my favorite memories was the 2021 walk-off. I watched that game live, my whole family, against Alex Reyes. We had Albert Pujols on that team. Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, and Anderson with the call. And that was the hit and swing that got Taylor that 4-year, $60 million extension. Because at that point, he was an all-star. And again, Taylor to left field, walk him off. Chris Taylor against the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, man, what a run that was for CT3. But I'm not gonna lie, man, it was really tough to see him in these past couple of years. He completely just couldn't hit a baseball for the life of him. And I really hoped that he was gonna find something this year, and unfortunately, he didn't. And for Austin Barnes again, man, instrumental role. I think the Barnes one surprises me more just because Kershaw's still on the team, and I know that's his personal guy. Yeah, for all you guys that are casuals that don't know about AJ Ellis back in 2013, that was Kershaw's boy, and Kershaw likes his personal catcher. So I was honestly really surprised. But yeah, man, crazy little guys are gone. Crazy stuff.
It does suck. All I ask is if you're gonna make tough decisions like that, you hold Michael Conforto and Max Muncy to the same standard. So don't all of a sudden switch it up because you like those guys more. That's all I gotta say. But thank you everyone for listening, and we're back. Me and Serge, we're gonna try to at least do this weekly. I think that's possible. So we're gonna keep grinding these out. We're gonna keep watching the games, and even if we do get a little busy with everything, we're both students, we're both working. We got our own TikToks where we cover our own recaps of each of the games. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Again, thank you for staying with. We've been gone for a very long time, but like Miggy said, we're both students, we're both working. But at the end of the day, we are diehard Dodger fans, and we want to get you guys all the Dodger content possible. And like we said, it's summertime. Nothing better than summer baseball, and we're gonna try to be here weekly and updating you guys on everything Dodgers. Yes, so thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this episode. And again, sit down, subscribe to the Ravine Rundown podcast with me and Miggy.